Erev Tov Rabotai, we are continuing with our Mishna Yomi, Masechet Ketubot. We are up to Perek Yud Mishnah Daled. Today's Mishnah should be Le'erun Nishmat Neria ben Svetlana Ranbayev, Eliyahu ben Burcha Yisraelo ben Chana bat Miriam, Menuchatam began Eden, Amen, and Avdi ben Chaim Lechaim v'derefua shenemav Daniel Shalom ben Rosa, betoch Sheikh Chulei Yisrael. The Mishnah discusses how to divide a husband's estate to pay off Ketubot of different amounts if there is not enough for all of them. Mishna Yomi, Nashim, if someone was married to 3 wives and died, and each one claims a different amount, this one's Ketubah is 100 zuz, and this one's is 200 zuz, and this one's is 300 zuz. And there is only 100 zuz worth of property from which they can collect. They divide the property equally, meaning each one receives 33.5 zuz. Since each wife is owed at least 100 zuz, they each have an equal claim to the property. All the Ketubot were written at the same time. Otherwise, the commentators explain, the wife whose Ketubah was written first would take all the property for herself. Now, the Mishnah discusses the law where the husband's estate was worth 200 zuz. Hayusham matayim, if 200 zuz was there. Now, for the sake of clarity, we're going to refer to the wife who was owed 100 zuz as A, the one who was owed 200 zuz as B, and the one who owed 300 zuz as C. In the Mishnah's case, where the husband left 200 zuz, all 3 wives have a claim on the first 100 zuz, but only wives B and C have a claim on the second 100 zuz. So if 200 zuz was there and the wife owed 200 zuz said to the wife owed 100 zuz, I will not contest you over the first 100 zuz, and your share in that 100 zuz will not be reduced because of me. She must legally transfer right to her. Just saying the words are not enough. The law is as follows. Shel maneh notelet chamishim. The one with the Ketubah of 100 zuz takes 50 zuz. Because wife B had told wife A that she would not contest her claim to the first 100 zuz, wife A has to split that 100 zuz with wife C. Therefore, wife A takes half of it, which is 50 zuz. Shel 200 shel 300 shlosha shel zahav. And the one with the Ketubah of 200 zuz and the one with the Ketubah of 300 zuz each take 3 gold dinars, meaning 75 zuz. 1 gold dinar is worth 25 zuz. After wife A takes 50 zuz, 150 zuz are left. Although wife B promised not to challenge wife A, she made no such promise to wife C. Therefore, wife B and C split what is left, each taking 75 zuz. Now, the law where the husband's estate was worth 300 zuz, Hayusham shalosh meot, if 300 zuz was there, and the wife owed 300 zuz, said to the other 2 wives, I will not contest either of you over the first 100 zuz. The law is as follows. Shel maneh notelet chamishim. The one with the Ketubah of 100 zuz takes 50 zuz. V'shel matayim maneh. And the one with the Ketubah of 200 zuz takes 100 zuz. V'shel shlosh meot shisha shel zahav. And the one with the Ketubah of 300 zuz takes 6 gold dinars, meaning 150 zuz. The first 100 zuz is split by wives A and B, each taking 50, since wife C removed herself from that 100 zuz. The second 100 zuz is split by wives B and C, since wife A has no claim past the first 100 zuz. And wife C removed herself only from the first 100 zuz, not the second 100 zuz. Wife B therefore takes 100 zuz in total, 50 from the first 100 and 50 from the second 100. The third 100 is taken by wife C alone, since wife B has no claim past the first 200. Wife C therefore takes 150 in total, 50 from the second 100 zuz and the entire third 100 zuz. Now, in this case, each wife receives a share of the estate that is proportionate to her claim. The one claiming 100 takes 50, the one claiming 200 takes 100, and the one claiming 300 takes 150. The Mishnah states another situation in which each claimant receives a proportionate share. Similarly, if 3 people put money in a fund, literally a wallet, in order to buy merchandise, but each one contributed a different amount, and the value of the money went down or up, meaning the money itself gained or lost value. For example, the government changed the currency. This is the way they divide it, meaning they divide the loss or gain according to the amount of money each one put in, instead of everyone taking an equal share. This law applies only where the loss or gain was in the money itself and was not related to business dealings. If the loss or gain had indeed resulted from business dealings and they had not stipulated that they would divide it in proportion to each one's contribution, they would have to share it equally. Since partners usually stipulate that the one who contributes more takes or loses a larger share, the fact that they did not do so means they agreed to be equal partners. And that is an Abotav Mishnah Daled. Now, the first Mishnah of the chapter taught that if a man marries 2 wives and then dies, the wife he married first can collect her entire Ketubah from his property before the second wife can collect anything. Our Mishnah elaborates upon this law. Mishna Yomi, if someone was married to 4 wives and he died, the first wife, meaning the one whose Ketubah is dated first, comes before the second wife and collects her entire Ketubah because her husband's property was pledged to her first. Ushniya l'shlishit, and the second wife comes before the third wife. Ushlishit l'rivit, and the third wife comes before the fourth wife. Harishona nishbad l'shniya. However, before the first wife can take anything, she must swear to the second wife that she was not already paid. Since there might be nothing left for the second wife after the first one collects, the second wife can make the first one swear that her claim is valid. If the second wife suspects that not enough property will be left for her after the first wife collects her ketubah, she can demand that the first wife swear. But if she does not demand it, there is no obligation to swear. And the same applies to the oaths of the second and third wives mentioned below in the Mishnah. Even though the third and fourth wives are also affected when the first wife collects her ketubah because there might not be enough property left for them, she does not need to swear the same oath to each of them separately. The oath she swears to the second wife is enough. Ushniya l'shlishit, and before the second wife can take anything, she must swear to the third wife for the same reason. Ushishit l'rivit, and before the third wife can take anything, she must swear to the fourth wife. The rivit nifrad shelo b'shvuah, however, the fourth wife is paid without making an oath because nobody is affected when she collects her ketubah. This is true only when the husband does not owe money to anyone else. Otherwise, she must swear to the creditor. Also, the Mishnah refers to a case where the husband's heirs do not make her swear before taking her ketubah from the property they inherited, for otherwise she would have to swear to them, as we discussed earlier in chapter 9, Mishnah 7 and 8. Ben Nana says, should the fourth wife gain by not having to swear just because she is last? Her claim would affect the other wives in the following case. If it was discovered that the property taken by one of the first three wives had been stolen by the husband, the wife would have to give the property back to its original owner. She would then come to claim her ketubah again. But after the fourth wife collected her ketubah, there might not be enough property left for her. Therefore, in this case, even the fourth wife is not paid unless she makes an oath. The first time, however, holds that the fourth wife does never need to make an oath. In his opinion, even if one of the other wives must give up her property, she can take the fourth wife's property away from her because her rights came first. Since none of the other wives will lose because of the fourth wife, there is no need for her to swear. But Ben Nanas, on the other hand, holds that once the fourth wife has collected what she is owed, the other wives cannot take it away from her. Therefore, if one of the other wives discovers that the property she collected is stolen and she must give it up, she will indeed suffer a loss if the fourth wife took the last available land. The fourth wife therefore must swear that this property is really owed to her. And the Rav does tell us, V'alacha ki Tanakama, the Halacha does follow the opinion of the Tanakama. Another law about how to decide which wife collects her ketubah first. Hayu yotzot kulan biyom echad. If the ketubos are produced in court and all of them were written on the same day but at different hours of that day, kol hakodem el hachavertah filu shah achad zachta. Whoever comes, meaning her ketubah was written before the other, even by only 1 hour, has the right to collect her ketubah first. For this law to apply, the hours must be recorded in the ketubah. If the ketubot were written on the same day, but the hours were not recorded, the wives divide the property equally, even if the documents were actually written at different hours. And in fact, in Yerushalayim, they would write in their documents the hours in which they were written. But if the ketubot are produced in court and all of them were written even in the same hour, then Sham el Amanen, there was only 100 zuz in the husband's estate, which is not enough to pay all of them, because no ketubah is worth less than 100 zuz. They divide the property equally. And that is on the Abotai of today's Mishna Yomi. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen v'amen.